Guys, September 22nd, 2021. This is where I gotta go replace an AC system for a guy. And he's got a 4-ton, he's got like a 5-ton AC in there now. And I'm dropping it down to a 4-ton. It's a good sized house. I'll put a condenser and an air handler up in the attic. Right now it's not in the pan. I'm gonna put it in the pan. Gotta put plywood on the floor. There's no plywood down. And I might spin it around so the air handler is facing the other way, easier to work on. But he's only got one 16-inch return, and I gave him a price, you know, to upgrade the return and the whole system, and he wants to just stay with what he's got for a return, which is not enough. When I told him that, you'd have to add another 16-inch return, or 14 at least, and he wants to go with it with the return the way it is, so that's what we're going to do. It's going to have a TXV, so it will work, but it's not going to be right. What are you going to do? The guy don't want to do it. They don't want to spend the money to upgrade the return. I mean, what can I tell you? Told him the system's not going to last as long. Starving for air, right? But anyway, we're going to go over there. We're going to put the condenser and the unit in there. Change the condenser out, blow the line set out, put the new air handler in. Right now it doesn't have a return plenum. I'm going to add a return plenum to the new system. And slap it in there and let it roll. Wow. The pad outside is kind of like I don't think it's going to be level, so what I'm going to do is I got some mortar to put under the pad if I have to level it off. I'll try to get you some shots as I go along there. It's up in an attic. Flipping monster. I got it off at the disconnect. I gotta shut it off downstairs, but I should be able to purge this out. Turn it on and recover it. Got both gauges open. An old Bristol. It's a 5-ton. Way oversized. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grant. She's a crusty one. Yeehaw. So I don't get it draining the house. I got the lines cut outside. I'm going to cut all these lines for now. I don't know. That probably goes to the gutter. I guarantee it. Alright, that's how much water was in that pan. That's a lot of water. Dump in the house, right? mix 2 bags of mortar, and I put it under this base because he didn't put the rocks all the way under the base, and this side was a little high. I still gotta wait for it to set up a little bit till I get this edge, but I got two full bags of mortar under that thing, so that whole thing's, once it hardens, it's gonna have a good base under it. It's not gonna sag. Little extra stuff like that makes a big difference, you know. I had to put it there because the way the cutout was, that just covered the cutout, because he wasn't able to get the stones under the old condenser. I think it was 5 tons. It's a good size house. Takes 3.5, 4 tons, so I went with the 4. I leveled it off when I got a nice level. I leveled the pad. It's always good to level them. Don't worry about the piping later. Probably not going to put this on till tomorrow and give it a chance to harden. A leaker. Here's a leaker. The old unit didn't even have a pan under it, just up on snow legs. I got the coil out and I got the fan out so I could move it now. Drains on that side. I might put it on that side again. I'm gonna put plywood down though. I got couple of pieces of plywood there, and I brought a couple extra pieces. Let's say that's good. I gotta cover this and look at these wires, yeah, but I might have AC tonight. Alright guys, I got it inside one of those fiberglass pans there, but didn't even have a pan before. It's got a 4x8 underneath of it, 4x8 sheet, and then another piece of plywood on each side here for walking around it. What I did here was I left the unit on this side, because it was already all accessed. The piping and everything was on this side. I got plenty of room to come over here. Put the trap there with a clean out on the top so we could winterize the trap. Goes to a vent and it goes right out to the gutter. But I did hit that with my vacuum. He knows where it is. It's out in the gutter. Put a junction box over there. BX up to the top there to a switch. On off switch. I did put a little float. I didn't like the one that came with this pan, so I put a regular float one. I modified that bracket to fit that with a zip tie, so if the water gets in that pan, it's going to shut the unit off. It's breaking red. Yeah, it's about 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm all done. I just got to come back tomorrow and pick up the junk. I would have liked to put another return in here. Could always put another return on the side here and put it over here somewhere in one of these rooms. I had to kind of modify the supply plenum because it was too big, so I cut it, notched it, and modified it down, re-screwed it, taped it good. It's 4 tons now instead of 5. Could have probably got by with 3.5, but it was kind of like on the edge, so we went up to 4. Alright, there you go. I'm just going to leave the paperwork right up here. This thing needs to be crimped. It keeps falling off. Return. She's chooching, Mama. She's starving to eat. I wanted to put another return over here somewhere. Or maybe even over here. Down this end. Could have put another return down here somewhere. Or even in this kitchen area here would have been fine. Well, can always add it. I told him he needed more return. I want to listen. Alright, I'm going to have to add a little gas to it. See the 2.8 subcooling? It's got a TXV in it, so typical. .410. What's happening is the TXV is regulating the superheat. That's why my suction pressure is up a little bit. If it wasn't for that, if it had the piston, the suction pressure would be low. For sure. TXV is actually doesn't have enough return here. It is what it is. Told a guy about it. He wants to leave it. So what can I tell you? Alright, we're going to put some liquid in there, in the suction line, flash it in. We're putting the liquid in, just kind of metering it with the valve. It's going in the suction line, it's flashing in there. You just can't dump liquid in the suction line. We're going to bring our subcooling up to 9. It's got to go in as a liquid. I re-screwed this to the wall. Try to get you some shots of what's going on upstairs with the air handler. Give it a little gundy. Bring this up to 10 or so. Oh, 150 is good. Bring it up like 20 psi at a time. You don't want to put in too much because you could really do damage if you're dumping liquid in there. Probably good to just leave it about 5 or so and let it run for a while and see where we're at. You don't want to overshoot it. Let that stabilize for a bit and see what happens. It's 410. You gotta be above 100 on the suction with 410. 100, you're right around freezing. That's usually a rule of thumb I go for. You want to be above freezing with the suction, right? Yeah, put a little more in there. Give it a little bit more. How you doing? My tank's running low. We got another can here. some more. How you doing? So brought that up to around 10. We'll let it stabilize, but somewhere in that vicinity. 9, 10, 11. I mean, somewhere in there is good for the subcooling. The superheat's being regulated with the TXV. 130 on the suction, that's good. It's good right there. 10 on the subcooling. We're gonna stay right there. That's fine. Got it up and running. Tomorrow morning I'll come back, pick up the rest of the stuff with my pickup truck. Oh, good. We use the Lineset. Not bad. Come back, like I said, tomorrow we'll pick up the rest of the stuff. Getting kind of late.